What if the thing you've been calling laziness isn't laziness at all? What if you've spent years hating yourself for a problem you never actually had? Stay with me, because Alex almost destroyed his own life trying to fix the wrong problem. Alex thought he was lazy. Every morning, his alarm went off. He opened his eyes and his body already felt defeated. Not sleepy, defeated. He would stare at the ceiling for another 10 minutes, already dreading the day before it even started. Then he'd finally stand up, drag himself to work, do what he had to do, come back home. Sometimes he ate, sometimes he didn't. He told himself he'd work on his dreams after dinner, but the moment he sat down, nothing. His laptop stayed closed, his room slowly became a mess. Messages stayed unreplied. Days became weeks, weeks became months. Every night he promised, tomorrow will be different. Every morning it wasn't. But here's the thing, Alex wasn't always like this. Before all this, he woke up at 5:30 every morning. He went to work, he came home, he slept, and then he did it again. The days started blending together. Wake up, perform, survive, repeat. No breaks, no holidays, no real weekends, just work, responsibilities, more work, until one day his body simply refused to keep pretending everything was okay. But here's the dangerous part. Everyone around him agreed that he was lazy. His mother said he needed more discipline. His boss said he needed to push harder. Even his friends, the ones who used to admire his drive, started to whisper that he was just not trying anymore. Nobody asked why. Everybody just assumed. Alex heard those words so many times he started believing them himself. But burnout looks exactly like laziness to people who have never lived through it. So, what does laziness actually look like? It gets constantly confused with burnout because from the outside they can look identical, but they come from completely opposite places. Laziness is a choice. A lazy person has the energy. They simply don't want to use it. They could do the work, they just choose not to. They skip the gym because they'd rather watch TV, and honestly, they're okay with that. They don't lie awake at night feeling guilty. They aren't secretly wishing they could do more. They simply don't feel like it. Laziness actually feels comfortable. A lazy person looks at a task and says, I could do this, but I won't. There's no depletion, no history of overwork, just preference, just avoidance. Burnout is completely different. If you've ever wanted to do something but your body felt like it weighed 1,000 kilograms, keep listening. This part might explain your life. Burnout is wanting to move, but feeling like someone unplugged your soul. You still care, you still have dreams, you still want to become that person, but every attempt feels heavier than the last. You're frustrated because you remember who you used to be. You remember finishing work, you remember having ideas, you remember enjoying life. Now, even replying to one message feels exhausting. In fact, even the World Health Organization says burnout happens after long periods of stress that never get properly dealt with. In simple terms, it means you've been under stress for so long that your emotional, mental, and physical energy starts running on empty. You genuinely want to function. You genuinely want to do the things you've always done, but you just don't have the capacity anymore. And underneath it all, there's almost always guilt or frustration because you can't be the person you used to be. Burnout usually leaves 3 scars. First, emotional exhaustion. You're exhausted, not I need a nap exhausted, the kind of tired sleep doesn't fix. Second, depersonalization. You stop feeling connected to your work, to people, sometimes even to yourself. Third, reduced efficacy. You stop believing you're good enough. Things you once did with confidence suddenly feel impossible. Please stay with me for the next 30 seconds, because one of those 3 signs probably just described your exact week, maybe your exact year, and once you know which one it is, you can't unsee it. That's exactly what happened to Alex. That's exactly where Alex found himself. He still cares, he still dreams, he still wants to win. He just can't keep performing like nothing is broken inside him. And that difference matters. Laziness is a habit. Burnout is a wound. You wouldn't tell someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. So don't tell someone with burnout to just push through. See, if you call burnout laziness, you won't heal. You'll just keep punishing yourself for being injured. A lazy person never started the race. A burned out person ran the whole race and collapsed at the finish line. So let me say this clearly, and I need you to actually let it land, not just hear it and move on. If you've been hard on yourself, if you've been thinking, I'm weak, I'm lazy, I'm useless, stop. Not because your feelings aren't real, they are, but because your self-talk is inaccurate. You're not lazy, you're tired, and somewhere along the way, you were taught to confuse exhaustion with character. So don't beat yourself up out of ignorance. You didn't ruin your life on purpose. You didn't stop because you gave up. You stopped because you ran out of fuel, and no one, absolutely no one, can demand better performance from an empty tank. So be kinder to yourself. Rest is not failure. Recovery is not weakness. Healing is not laziness. It might be the very thing that allows you to become yourself again. If this story felt like it was describing your life, don't scroll away pretending you're fine. Leave a comment with just one word, healing. It lets someone else know they are not the only one carrying this weight. And if someone you love has been calling themselves lazy lately, send them this video. It might be the first time they realize they're not broken.